tease. It is tease. Good day. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. I'm going to jump right in. I always jump right into the lives because I figure I'll be talking to myself until someone jumps in or until you rewind to see what I was talking about in the first place. But and I'll try to spit this out. But to me, to some people they were offended. To some people they were attacked. To me, this is like a breath of fresh air because this is like the boost that you need when you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm having a bad day, or what's going on in the world. But this is what livens my spirits. So I don't know when this happened, but it must have happened recently. But there is a well-known Hebrew Israelite. So I guess he's kind of like a pastor or something in the Hebrew Israelite community. You know, the quote unquote melanated Hebrew Israelites, the men of God, and you know they're known for teaching the world about oh hey, you do know the Messiah is melanated, this and that. So they represent the the black Jesus, quote unquote black Jesus. And the reason why I titled I Am Pink Jesus, because if you rise up against me, you'll get the same treatment that these guys did. So they were talking about pink Jesus. And long story short, the Hebrew Israelites, you know, mind you, they teach about the melanated Jesus. They went to Ghana around, they basically went around seek Negroes who have mental issues that all they know is pink Jesus. And if you ain't pink, they don't think. And if you're not, basically, if you're nappy headed, they're going to see you as a threat. Long story short, those Hebrew Israelites went in there trying to learn these compromised Africans of Ghana about a melanated Jesus, and let's just say they got stoned, to say the least. But I think they survived. The guy told it. He was like, he said we were attacked, we were stoned, we were ran about. So I'm basically saying that over happened to anyone who called themselves rising up against me. You want to get that treatment. They could, oh, don't mess with pink Jesus. Here's the thing though, where they went wrong. No way in the world. Now me, I would consider myself the savior complex, but I'm not a fool. No way in the world would I get around a bunch of sick Negroes and try to learn them about pink Jesus. That's one. No, you'll never catch me in a room with a bunch of sick Negroes. Like I say, if you want to scare me, put me in a room with a bunch of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Or at least 10 of them. That, you know, so I'm like, there's no way in the world. If I'm going to learn you about pink Jesus or the melanated, I'm going to call you. We're going to do this. Hello, Ishan Master. Hello. Welcome in. But to me, it was funny because the guy, they talk a good game. Oh, you know, your savior is melanated. You know, that this is the truth. And then they get stoned in Africa. Hi, ma'am. He said, hello, ma'am. Hello, Owen. Hello, I am from America, U.S. Ishant. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, but to me, I found that funny. When the Hebrew Israelite, he came back, he said, yeah, we were attacked, we were stoned. And you think they went in there, you know, stealing from the people or doing, it's like, no, they were talking about pink Jesus, and that was their ass. But they lived though. So yeah, they're fine. They lived to tell the story. So to me, that made it more funny. Oh, thank you, Ishant. Thank you. I'm gonna probably braid it later on. I'm gonna braid it hair. Thank you. I like my hair. Thank you. I like it too. It's a lot better in the sun. I just found that like so amusing. I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, that made me laugh out loud. And then that made me feel like, okay, hey, I feel like that too, you know. So if you rise up against, you know how people rise up against certain people, and that's your ass. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, think of me as pink Jesus, and then think of these Hebrew Israelites. This would have happened to you if you mess with pink Jesus. You get around some sick Negroes, well, that's your ass. Yeah, I guess I would never go to Africa trying to learn Africans about the truth or tell them to slap. That's one thing I won't do is slap pink Jesus out of a bunch of sick Africans' hands. The American Negroes are bad enough. There's no way in the world I would go overseas to learn some sick niggas from afar to learn them the oh no. That was a dangerous game, but they live to tell the story. They're all right. But yeah, to me, the hairstylist name. Oh, the hairstyle name? I guess some of they're rumored as Bantu knots. Bantu knots, I believe. I just call them little ponytails. I just put them in, well, I guess they would be knots. Roll them up. I guess you can call them Bantu knots, even though I wasn't intending on it. But yes, Bantu. Thank you, Ashant. But yeah, there's no way in the world. I would never go overseas to a bunch of sick Africans and learn them about Pink Jesus. And I'm like, that was a dangerous game that they played, clearly. But like I say, they lived to tell the story. That's why I'm able to laugh at it, because I'm thinking like, really? Oh, so I found that pretty funny. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Shant. You're welcome. Another thing too that I found pretty funny, and this actually lifted my spirits too. There's a lady, she said she'd been working on her fruit garden for over a year. And so she was particular, she was speaking highly of her blueberries. And actually her name is Humble Servant. Her name is Humble Servant. But it was pretty funny because she was speaking highly. She said, oh, my blueberries are sprouting up. And long story short, I guess her a goat, so she has her farm, her goat got off of the rope or somehow got out and ate her fruit tree. And she was so offended. She was like, oh my gosh. She was like, oh, you know what? Now, maybe she was yelling at him. She showed us a video. She was like, look at this. My whole fruit tree is gone. 1 year of pruning and this and that. So what happened was the goat got out and ate her fruit trees. So when she showed it, she was so upset. She was like, look what happened. And she was yelling at the goat. She said, now you got off that leash. You do it again, you're going to the butcher. I'm having curry. She was so offended, but it was so funny because she was like, we're having curry goat. We're having like that goat was not studied. That goat was still like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be back tomorrow. But I found that pretty funny. Like I say, some people, I'm not laughing at other people's pain, but yeah, she was so offended to the point where she wanted curry goat. I'm like, okay. Yeah. No, y'all didn't find that funny. They left. That wasn't funny. But I found it funny. Like I said, yeah, that's like I said, it's painful for other people. It was painful for those Israelites to get stoned out of Africa. But to me, that's pretty funny. Like, so what did y'all do? Oh my gosh, did y'all steal somebody's watch? What happened? Who'd you kill? Nobody. We tried to slap Pink Jesus out of it. And we were stoned for it. Oh man, I tell you. But again, think of me as Pink Jesus. And again, so that whoever, those in the background, if you ever dare to decide to rise up against me, refer to those Hebrew Israelites that got beaten out of Africa for messing with Pink Jesus. Hello, toxic gamers. Welcome in. Yeah, that's what happened to you. Okay. I wish I had the link to it. When I seen it, it was from other people's videos. The guy was like, yeah, we were stoned, we were attacked. They said, you gonna get out of here at that. White is right. But I found that funny. I guess you can look it up. You know, you want a good laugh. You want something to lift your spirits? I guess you can watch the Hebrew Israelites getting stoned out of Africa for talking about Pink Jesus. You don't, yeah. Okay, all right, you all. I just thought I'd spew that for a moment. Anyway. Oh, the weather is actually pretty mild. I want to say it'd be about 75 or 80 today. Toxic. The weather's really nice. Sunny. The sun is out. It's very lovely right now. Ishant, FF Master, if you're a bot, blink once, okay? Blink once if you're a bot. Okay. Because you're really botting over there. Yeah, Ishant, FF Master. Are you a bot? Yes, okay. Yeah, but I just thought I'd share that, you know? I don't want to say that I'm laughing at other people's pains, because like I said, it was funny though. Like it lifted my spirits. I'm thinking as long as I don't kick you in the head in order to get gratitude, but I'm thinking like, yeah, sometimes that is pretty funny. But I will find the video, if I actually find the video of the stoning, and then perhaps I'll attach it to this live once it uploads. Yeah, but yeah, let the guy tell it. And he's actually pretty funny because I do watch him, the Hebrew Israelite guy, like the pastor. And he does, he normally comes out and he'll give his spews on what's going on. But when he was telling a story, he was basically saying they got stoned in Africa by the Africans of Ghana. What is GTG? What's that? Toxic Gamers. So yeah, so they got stoned in Ghana by the Africans for learning them about Pink Jesus. You know? Oh, you gotta go. You gotta speak English. Okay. I read Toxic Gamers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I found that very funny. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, but I'll end it here. I really just thought I'd spew that about, yeah. Again, for those who, I guess, plan to rise up against me in the future, I am Pink Jesus, and there will be serious consequences. Serious. From me and from other nations. Okay, all right.